Hello everyone, it is great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Tonight we are going to make fruit bars. Now you can use whatever type of fruit you want, but I happen to like strawberries, and I guess if you've watched enough of these episodes you know that I love strawberries. So I'm going to tell you what all you need this evening, but first go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Let's get started. For the ingredients, you're going to need 1 stick of unsalted butter melted. I've already started melting my butter. I am prepared this evening. I even got all of my ingredients measured out except for a few. So I'm getting better, getting faster in the kitchen. I am still as messy as I ever have been, so if you expect to see a clean kitchen while I'm cooking, it's just not going to happen. You also need 1.5 cups of plain flour, all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups of rolled oats, traditional oats, not the quick or instant. So it's going to be those old-fashioned oats that you see. 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 pinch of salt, 1 egg, 2/3 cup strawberry jam, 2 cups chopped strawberries, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch or corn flour. So I've sprayed a 9-inch baking pan with vegetable oil spray. Then put a piece of parchment paper on it, and you want to let it drape up over the edge. That way you can take the bars out by just lifting the parchment paper. All right. Mix together flour, oats, sugar, baking powder, and salt. 1.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of rolled oats, old-fashioned oats, brown sugar, which is 1/2 cup, our baking powder, which is 1/2 teaspoon, and our pinch of salt. Okay, so let's mix that together. We're going to add our butter and our 1 egg. And then we're going to mix it up. That was a stick of butter. Okay, I'm going to have to start mixing it with my hands now. I can tell already this is going to be good. Brown sugar and oatmeal, butter. But it has strawberries in it, so it must be healthy, right? Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good right there. That's a good, folks. Okay, so we've melted our butter, our 1 stick of butter. We put our 1.5 cups of flour in there, rolled oats, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Yes, I did do the 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, 1 egg. Oh, let's see. Let's see here. Measure out 1 cup of the mixture for topping and set aside. Okay, so we've got 1 cup for the topping. Place remaining mixture in tin and press into base. I guess they mean our baking pan into a tin. You know what? There's a little crumb in there. You may find this hard to believe, but with all the baking I have been doing, went to the doctor today, and I have not gained any weight since last year at the same time. I am amazed. Okay, let's see what it says. Remember, you want the parchment paper to be over the sides so you can pick it up out. Let's see here. Mix together strawberries. That's our 2 cups. And then our 2 tablespoons of white sugar. And our 2 teaspoons of the corn starch. That's 1. And 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. What a fabulous day it is. Okay, let me see now. Mix that around. And in the recipe it says do not prepare the strawberries and this in advance because then they start to get soggy. So we want to do it right at this point in the recipe. I know we all like to be organized and everything, but sometimes it pays not to be organized. At least that's what I tell myself. Okay, so I got that mixed around. Spread base with jam, then scatter over berries. So I'm going to spread this around. You probably won't want this stuff to be cold, else it won't spread real well. So I just bought mine at the store. So if you're going to use this, get your 2/3 cup of jam out, let it come to room temperature. It is spread on the base. Oops, there's a little more oatmeal mixture. Let's put the strawberries over top here. Now I'll put at the screen how many blueberries or whatever other fruit they recommend. I guess it would still be the same. She has it listed back here. Other fruit. For fruits like raspberry or blueberries that can be added whole, no need to toss in sugar or corn flour. For fruit that's juicier than strawberries when chopped, like peaches or apricots, use an extra teaspoon of cornstarch if they are very sweet. No need to use sugar. You know what? Why wouldn't you add sugar? You know, to anything. That's my philosophy. Everything is better with sugar. I really do a crappy accent. So I got the strawberries evenly spread, and that leaves the topping. Now, these are going to have a little bit of calories in it. It says here 16 servings. Now 16 out of this little pan, 227. So be cautious. I'll show you then what a 1/16 of this pan looks like. Tell you what, if I had my way, I'm going to follow the directions, but I think it would be good to have a little bit more of this oatmeal brown sugar butter topping. But I'm going to let it be because that same mixture is on the base, so we don't need the extra. Okay, so let's pop it in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes or until golden brown at 350 degrees. Well, I took it out of the oven and we're supposed to let it sit in the pan for at least 10 minutes. So I have it cooling on a wire rack. It's been sitting there for about 10 minutes. What we're going to do is put this on the rack, and it will be saggy here for a little bit, she says. So let's put it up here. As you can see, it is saggy, but we're going to want to wait till it gets to room temperature before we eat it. So we'll let that cool, and then afterwards I'm going to test taste it, see what I think. And then to store it, you're going to put it in an airtight container. And if it's hot in your house, put it in the fridge to store it. I have to be honest with you, I tried this while it was still hot. Oh my gosh, is it good. Tell you what, I'll cut this into little squares. It's already starting to set up and it's still warm. But oh my gosh, is it good. I tell you, when it cools to room temperature, whoops, I'll just clean that bowl. When it cools to room temperature, you may even want to, I don't know, heat it up a little bit in the microwave. This would be good as a side dish with ice cream. You know what? Right now it's burning my one finger, but I don't care because it's that good. I'll let this, whoops, I have it on my hand. I'll let this cool. I'll cut it into about 16 little squares, put it in my airtight container, and I think I'll store them in the fridge. But then heck, I might just nuke it for like, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds to warm it up. Oh, it is delicious. It's just like hot pie coming out of the oven. Oh my gosh. So, I'm going to eat the crumbs that fell. on the counter. And I would highly recommend this fruit bar. It's called Fresh Strawberry Bars. Delish. Thanks for joining me here on Dee's Delights, and have a fabulous week, everyone.